cupcakes, it's B. So today I'm going to be doing a pros and cons of being an only child. So I'm an only child, if you guys didn't know that. So I decided to make a pros and cons video about it. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the pros. I have like a list in front of me and there's a lot. I have 10. So I'm going to be doing 20 in total, 20 pros and cons of being an only child. So number one is you get a lot of love. You're the only kid that gets love because like there's nobody else unless you have a dog like me. And then the second one, which is kind of related to the first one, is that you get a lot of attention. So you're not by yourself all the time. You know, like kind of the same thing, getting a lot of love and then getting a lot of attention. So that's kind of the same thing. And then the third one is that you get a lot of presents for all of the occasions. Like you get Christmas presents, you get birthday presents, Easter candy, whatever. I mean, you if you do have a sibling, like either way you probably still get these things. It's just that you probably don't get as much. So yeah, that's one thing. And that's probably why most people, like when I do my birthday hauls or like my Christmas hauls, a lot of you guys are saying that like I get too much, but like it's because like I'm an only child, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. But like if you have other like siblings, then you probably don't get like as much because every kid needs to have like.
Basically, you're very spoiled for being the only child.
Mom! And then number 4 is that you get spoiled a lot and you get everything that you want. Because you're an only child, you know, there's not other kids to give to. So you get a lot of stuff, you get spoiled like me. Yeah. And then number 5, it's kind of adding to the spoil part, is that you get more vacations because I guess it's more expensive when you have more kids because like it all depends, you know, if you need a bigger room. But yeah, because trips can be like very expensive, especially depending on where you want to go. But like let's, for example, Disneyland, like tickets are like how much, Mom? Like over $100. And then if you're 2 parents, you know, and then like all of your siblings, like that's a lot of money. So yeah. And then number 6 is you get to have your own bathroom and your own room and you don't have to share. This is a good one because I don't like sharing a room, not even with Teddy. I've always had my own bathroom and my own room since I was little, so I'm kind of like used to it. But yeah, some siblings like do get their own rooms. Like if they get older, like their parent, if they have an extra room, like they'll give it to them. Not all. I'm not saying that all of the kids that have siblings like don't have their own room or bathroom, but like most of them do. And then also comes to number 7, you don't have to share your thing. Like siblings, like they always want to wear your stuff or take your stuff. You don't have to share your phone, your like phone charger, your clothes, your shoes, or your makeup if you're a girl, or like I don't know, like so many things that you could share. But yeah, so like it's good that you have to share things. Mom's kind of like my sibling because I kind of take her stuff like every day. And then number 8, that there's no favorite. So usually when you have siblings, the parent like has a favorite but they don't tell you because they don't want to like hurt your feelings. So yeah, so if you're like an only child, there isn't a favorite because like you're the only kid that gets loved. So and then number 9 is you get better clothes and shoes, so you get more of like the pricey and like better stuff, I guess, because like it's more expensive, you know. So like if you have like let's say 3 siblings, that's like a lot of money you have to spend for 3 people. Yeah, but if you're like an only child, then you get better like stuff because you're an only child and there's only one person to spend money on. And then number 10, you have like all the space. So like number 5 was like more vacations. When you do go on vacations, you have more space to yourself, so you're able to sleep. Unlike if you had a sibling, you would have no space to like sleep, you know. You guys have to share the area, so it's better. And we are talking about road trips, so. And now we're gonna move on to the cons. I have 10 cons. So the first one is kind of like the opposite of number 1. So it's like you get all the eyes on you. So like if you do something bad, then you get in a lot of trouble. But like if you had a sibling, it's like, eh. It's not that you have to be perfect. It's just. And then sometimes it can be too overprotective, or they're like watching you 24/7, and then you get overwhelmed sometimes. They go through all of your stuff. That's number 1. Number 2, no one to play with or fight with. So it's like kind of boring. You're just there doing nothing. So like no one to play with or fight with. So like you are just bored doing nothing. You're lonely at home unless you're you go to public school, then you're not lonely. But well, yeah, you are lonely. You're not lonely at school, but you are at home. Or unless you have like cousins or relatives that live near you, then you're not that lonely. But yeah, that was number 2. So it's like kind of boring, you know. And then number 3, you don't have anyone to tell your secrets. I mean, unless you have a dog, then you can tell the dog your secrets, or your animal, or your pet. But either way, you like don't have anyone to tell your secrets, because like I'm pretty sure your sibling is someone that you can like trust a lot, unlike your friends. Like, you know, like you can't always like trust your friends, you know. I saw this quote yesterday. The sad thing about betrayal is that it never comes from enemies, it comes from the close ones. Since I don't have any siblings to be my best friend, so like if you're an only child, like technically your mom is your best friend, because like you can tell her stuff. So yeah. And then number 4, oh, you have no one to blame for what you did. So like if you do something bad, like you can't blame it on someone else. Or unless you have a dog, you know, if like there was chicken on the table and it's gone, you could be like, the dog ate it. So yeah. So like if you were little and like drew or scratched on the walls, like your parents would immediately know who did it, because like there's no one else. So yeah. And then number 5 is kind of like number 2, growing up lonely. So you don't have anyone to play with or fight with or to tell your secrets, you know. It's just you grow up lonely unless you have your relatives. Or you could have your friends over. If you have a lot of friends, then you can have them over, and then you won't be that lonely. And then number 6 is having a small family. Yeah, kind of the same thing. There's only 3 people, you know, you, your mom, and your dad, and that's kind of it, unless you have a pet. But you know, grow up as a small family. And then number 7 is that your parents expect too much from you. So like they want you to be perfect, they want you to get good grades. So yeah. And then number 8, you have to do more chores. So like you have to do all of the chores basically, because there's no one else to help you. So yeah, you have to mop the floor and wash the dishes, vacuum the floor, a lot of stuff. And then number 9, this is a sad one, I guess. It does happen, but like I don't think it happens like that often. Or maybe it could, like, I don't know. But if your parents die, you're basically alone. You don't have anyone, so you have to go up for adoption, basically. You have to go with a foster home. Or, like, you know, it could go about, like, go 2 different ways. It could go great, because your foster parents could give you a lot. Or it could go really bad, because they don't like you. So, yeah. And then number 10, you have nobody to like give you lessons or to stick up for you. Like, I don't know, if you have like a fight at school, you know, like your sibling will do something about it. I don't know. If you have an older sibling, then they're there to protect you on anything, you know. And then if also, this is like only if you have older siblings, but you know, they give you like tips, you know, on a grade that you're going to, or like, I don't know, just things about life. But yeah. Okay, so those were all the pros and cons of being an only child. Like this video if you're an only child, and also comment down below which ones you can relate to these. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Number 2, no one to play.
Number 2? No.
Number 2.
No.
Number 2. Number 2.
Kindergarten. Number 2.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, second of all, or number 1 or number 2.
Number and it's gone. You could be like, the dog ate it. So yeah.
If pee or shit in the carpet, you can always blame your dog too.